Hi, Leo. Let's do a reading for you. Oops, okay. Start where you are. That's cool because that has been coming out in my shorts. If you guys haven't, that did not sound right. Oh my God. In my short form videos, let's say. I just embarrassed myself totally. Okay, the great thing about feeling deep, profound, earth-shaking love is that you can start with anyone. Next, love the universe. What would love do? These are so addictive, it's hard to stop. So anyway, start where you are. Good message. A lot of us, all of us probably, we think we have to be more ready. We have to be ready, we have to be ready, or we have to be motivated. A lot of times what we need more than motivation is momentum. So my message lately, I've been getting several, but it's about not waiting till you're ready. It's taking that first step. And we are going to lay out a love spread here, okay? We're going to see we're going to look into return energy. So anyway, we've got Nine of Swords. That's promising for return energy. Also, I am getting strong feather energy here lately. So there's a paintbrush that might be significant to someone. Knight of Swords. Five of Cups. Somebody is feeling loss. Wow, the Chariot in reverse. My cards are not in reverse, so I always take note of that. So again, I mean, very strong return energy. Somebody's feeling left out. Okay, so we're in Mercury retrograde, so I've been feeling a lot of return energy, and it's the kind of energy that it's got that vibe of, that this will never happen, like kind of like that all hope is lost, that kind of really shocking, return that really like wasn't expecting it, somebody out of the blue, out of nowhere kind of return energy. Okay, so Seven of Wands, looks like breaking free, doesn't it? Seven of Wands is very much also about boundaries, but it's in this deck, it looks like it's standing up for themselves. So Page of Swords, inquisitive energy. This could be somebody watching. Wow. Okay, well, you guys, looks like something's coming back for a very stable, something that's going to have deep roots and have a very, deep, stable. The Ace of Pentacles it's like a gift. It's a stable. So the aces are new, so it's something new, a stable new beginning. And wow, bottom of the deck is Ten of Swords. Wow, look at that. Ten of Swords. King of Swords, Ten of Cups. If we keep going, we've got the Empress, creation. So let's look at what else we can get here. So, okay, Knight of Swords. Somebody coming in fast, furious. Somebody that in the Knight of Swords has got that feel of I can't hold back. My mind. It's like I'm in my head, but I'm in my head so much that it's like an impulse. Feels like an impulse to come forward. After looks like being left out, and we're going to start clarifying. What's the Chariot? I kind of feel like I should clarify everything. Let's clarify everything. Let's just see what these were. There were too many to take. Ace of Wands, Justice, Strength, and Eight of Wands. So, again, I'm feeling like see that Justice and the Strength card. It is looking like somebody has been holding back communication for a new beginning. Not always a bad thing. Sometimes, it's just like it builds. If people come back or they make a drastic change too easily, it's not as invested of a return, So let's see. Very much a vibe of mental, mental thinking about it is just taking over. The thinking about not being included or being left out. And there's the return card, Six of Cups. I want to do a whole series on returns because I feel that so strong. This is confirming. Six of Cups, somebody from the past. It's a thinking about the past, thinking about the good things. So like when things first go, when people first kind of, fall apart or, distance themselves from each other, at first there's a lot of thought about what wasn't working. So that's where we go first, right? There's a lot of thought about the negatives. But after you let that dust settle, if you don't intrude on that thought and try to, worm your way back in or influence their thoughts, once that dust settles, then you naturally get back to the part of all the good things and start thinking about all the good things. I want to know more about this Chariot in reverse, Five of Swords. So it's like a mistake, regret. Somebody feels like they're conflicted. They feel like they screwed up. And there's the Ace of Wands that we were thinking would probably come back. So communication, something might have gone wrong with communication. Also, something I'm getting for you guys is sexy lingerie. I'm wondering if that is something that's lingering in their mind. Tell me about the Six of Cups. Too many. Well, is there too many? Oh, here we go. So there's just so much love. So this you could be dealing with somebody who's been avoidant. We have a lot of air here. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It could be somebody who thinks, who gets close and then pulls back. Like they are like a avoidant attachment style. They don't trust it. They pull back. They try not to need. They try not to give, because giving just makes things progress further. And I'm not saying ever to be in a situation where you short yourself, because we all need attachment. We need connection. And if you're starving yourself of connection because you're holding on somebody that doesn't give it to you, that's not healthy for you. So, but I'm just sharing, some people have an avoidant attachment style where they try to not get too close because they don't want to be vulnerable, because in their past they were let down. It became safer not to be vulnerable. Okay, but this is Two Cups, two people who give, two people who love, two people who see eye to eye. Very strong love card, and you've got the Queen of Cups here. So very strong. This person loves you. And they do. They didn't see exactly what I was saying. They're burdened by it. It's almost like they're just, burdened by admitting it. Six of Wands, recognition. That's hard to stay satisfied when you're with somebody. Communication is so important, though. I feel. Start where you are. Remember that, when you're having a hard time getting started with something, or when you need to talk to someone, just remember the why. Why is it important? Why is it important? Sometimes things are hard and it keeps us from wanting to take them on or get started. But, when you keep your eye on the why, okay? What's the end goal? Why do you want it? Why would you put yourself out there or make yourself vulnerable or whatever? And the why is where you sometimes can get past the procrastination. I don't know if that was even applicable. Look at that. There you are, the Sun. So why? Maybe your why is because you want to be happy. There's the Empress again. Could be a Libra. Okay, let's see. What's the Seven of Wands? Why the Seven of Wands? Boundaries, breaking free. This could be like chains that bind you, like a devil energy. Seven of Wands. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. Two of Wands. So this looks like breaking free out of, Two of Wands is a decision, a fork in the road, or which way do I go? And it looks like somebody is trying to break free of feeling, imprisoned by thoughts, fear. More and more on that. Breaking free for happiness, maybe. We just had that Sun. One more on that. stepping up. I'm getting that stepping up vibe. 6 of Wands again. So this card is pulling some serious energy. 6 of Wands is recognition, being with somebody that, and you don't feel hesitant or, you know, afraid to say, I want to be with somebody that makes me feel loved. I want to feel loved. I want to feel important. You know, everybody deserves that. It's almost like we've gotten to where we're not, you know, it shouldn't be awkward to say those things. I think that there's a huge shift in the collective on this, where, you know, we're all kind of learning not to be cool, not to be so cool. You know, it's cooler to be not cool by sharing what you need, what you want, what makes you happy. Oh my gosh, yeah, starting with a strong foundation. I've just got like knots, like butterfly knots. 6 of Wands, success, recognition, victory. I want to be somebody's whole world. I want to be important. I want to be with somebody that's excited about me, okay? It's a decision. Yeah, somebody's breaking free, I believe, of fear, of feeling overprotective. What's the Page of Swords? Interesting about this is that we just got 4 of Wands. That is often thought of as 1111. There's that devil I was feeling. Often, there's that butterfly I just mentioned. Oh, didn't I just say something about butterflies? I felt butterflies? I don't know, you guys. I have so much going through my head so fast. It's amazing. I can't even make sense at all. Sometimes I don't know what I say out loud. But I think I just said, I feel butterflies. I don't know. Anyway, Page of Swords. What's interesting is this 1111 card. The 4 of Wands is often thought of as twin flame, 1111. This dandelion, and this is just me personally because of my personal experiences. This is not any other tarot reader unless, you know, it's been something I've spread that other people have heard. The dandelion is a sign of twin flame for me. Always. More than 11 isn't the strongest symbol of twin flame for me, just because of my own personal experience. Okay, so this is somebody inquisitive, wanting to learn. We're going to explore that. But look, devil and somebody that's, you know, like maybe obsessive. 8 of Pentacles. Anyway, I don't know why I got off on that. But Judgment. Wasn't this the card that came out? The Judgment. So it's like a decision, a major decision, a judgment call. I thought the Judgment card came out. So let's look. Oh yeah. So I was feeling decision. So the 7 of Wands. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm scattered. The 7 of Wands is breaking free. I think there's some major decision with this 2 of Wands to actually break free, acknowledge, right? Acknowledge what's there, and why. Remember we talked about the why. The why is for happiness. The why is, you know, this is what's going to make me happy. You know, there's always some risk, but this is what's going to make me happy. So I keep feeling that 8 of Wands, which was the communication. So I feel like communication is strong. Page of Swords. Let's get more on that. Page of Swords. 9 of Pentacles. Well, the Fool. There's that 8 of Wands I just mentioned. Told you it was going to come back. I knew it was going to come back. Okay. This could be somebody that's used to being independent and not. It's all about not needing someone and not like having this, you know, false belief or vibe or stance of I don't need anyone, I can do it on my own, I'm fine on my own. Well, we all need connection. We all do. But this is a very independent, maybe it's a, you know, a financial thing, but the Fool card is, you know, somebody that's letting everything go, kind of ready to, you know, dive down the rabbit hole or just start anew, let go of the ego. I want to get more. What's the communication? What's the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles? Hangman, the Man. So where this person, you have been in the past thinking this person was just able to get over it or whatever, I don't think that's true, because it looks like they've been holding back communication because they're, you know, they've got that whole I don't need anyone vibe or stance or false belief. Tell me about the Fool. There it is, creation. Wow. I do feel like this is someone that, if this is someone that's going to half-ass things with you, this is not your reading, I don't think. This is somebody that when they get there, they give. Okay? I feel like I'm done with this stuff. Yeah, they give. And I think it's somebody that's financially secure, stable, or that's very driven. That's important to them. Leap of faith. Okay, let's get an oracle. Radical acceptance. Oh, wow. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. So there's a need to not try to control or make somebody be like you. If they were just like you, you wouldn't want them. You wouldn't be as into them. You know, there's like maybe a reminder to accept and embrace somebody's difference, the ways that they're different. Okay, so your soulmate loves and accepts and respects you unconditionally. Okay, well, that's kind of like what I was just explaining. Okay, well, your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you unconditionally. So there may be a need to release something about like wanting them to be on your time frame or talking your love language. Look into love languages. What's their love language? Maybe their love language is different. That might, so you know, like there's acts of service. There's okay, physical touch, quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation, and gifts. Well, if they have a love language that isn't the same as yours, then you got to learn their love language and show them those things, even if it's different than yours. Okay. Also, let me see what else I'm feeling from that. I think it's just self-explanatory. Radical acceptance, release, the need for the outcome. You know what I mean? Try to have that. This would be great if it works out. It's just like maybe there's some control issues somewhere here. Anyway, this relationship is moving towards a sacred union. I'm telling you, this person that I'm picking up on is somebody that will give, okay? Give and be doting and, So this is pulling a little bit. I didn't come out, but it says you and this person don't share the same vision. I think that might have a little bit of something there. You might be on different pages in some areas, but I still think there could be like a mad connection here. This person is somebody that once they're in, they're in. So I feel like it's something that should be nurtured and complemented. Like you give, yes. Like a lot of times in readings we're like, stop giving so much. I feel like this is something that you can give to, but you don't make it too uneven. Don't make it so much that they're like, oh, I can't keep up with giving that much back, or that scares them, right? But maybe in the form of like honesty and compliments and support and care, right? Stable, like consistency. Those kind of things I think are valuable to this person more than a flashy gift. And so when you give like that, that way you're kind of able to say, these are the things that I need. I just feel like you need to not push though too. Not push this person to, look at that. This kept coming up. Four of Pentacles, protection. This is like feeling like they have to protect themselves. I don't know, there's something with this control. I keep getting control. When I see that card, I think control. Let me grab another oracle. Maybe that will... You guys may know what I'm talking about. What would love do? I just pulled my eye again. What would love do? Love is stable, right? And consistent, and doesn't expect someone to be on our time frame. I'm sorry, I'm kind of harping on that. I don't feel like I have it perfectly articulated. Look at that. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. All right, that's kind of strong. Nothing will come of this situation. What does that mean? Tell me more. So there's something in with you guys somewhere. I do not think that pertains to this. Let's see. It says bring love into the situation. We just talked about that. Your dreams need a practical plan. Meditate and contemplate. Pisces energy. There might be somebody else, or somebody else that's a threat to it. Have faith in your dreams. If you are in no contact, I wanted to pull a card for that. Oh, wait. Look at that. Oh, there is something to this. Nothing will come of the situation. You guys, it kind of freaks me out sometimes. There is a gap in time, space, or other perception during which things are working beneath the surface. Let it be. So there is something that you're worried about, okay? We've got void twice here. Don't remember the word void ever coming up in readings. So this is something that you're worried about. Don't let that undo what we got so strong in this reading, but there is another something that needs to come through about nothing will come in the situation. Let me read that. I do not, again, I'm going to say, I don't think that's not feeling like it has, it's something else. Like it's almost like a hiccup that or somewhere in your life that you're worried about. But let me read it, because that's just pulling too strong to ignore. Okay. Void of course. Tell us what this means. In a form of astrology known as orrery, where an astrological chart is cast according to when the question is asked and decoded. A void of course means nothing will come of this matter, or the situation will not bear fruit. This may or may not be good news, depending on what you're asking. For example, if you were worried about something, whatever it was, this card can be taken as a sign that there's nothing to worry about. So there is something that you're worried about that you need to not react to, okay? However, if you're asking about a new project of any kind, including in a relationship, it's a sign to adjust your expectations or change things so you get a different outcome. Remember, the cards can only predict what you are currently creating, and you can change that with both your behavior and beliefs. You guys tell me what this is about, because I feel like this is something for someone that's strong. It could be that you're wanting to intercept something that you think could affect things. Interesting. And this gap in time is pulling something pretty strong too. So if there was something that's like, I don't know, some sort of challenge or something that was said or something, it feels like that there's a time warp there. Like maybe it sounded really bad or it seemed really bad at that moment, but you know, as time goes on, it's going to end up not being a big deal. It's going to fade, something like that. Oh, I don't know. That's pretty, oh, it's just so strong. Okay, let's get one more. Let's get another one. Too many. Trust your new path. Remember, love is the key. Love what you have in your life right now. I was listening to a podcast, and somebody said, well, what do you do when you wake up in the morning in those days, where she said something like, yeah, some days I wake up and I'm like, what the hell am I doing, you know? And the podcaster said, what do you do in those days? And she said, I give thanks. I give thanks to everything I have, and everything that could be a challenge that is actually a blessing. You are the breath. Listen and connect to your intuition. Oh, here it is again. Trust your new path, and all will work out for you. I love you, Leo. Let's talk. Okay. So this time, what I'm doing is this round, I want to do I want you guys, if you're manifesting money, I want you to visualize the glow that we talked about in the 2 rounds of signs ago. So not the last round of zodiac signs, but the time before it. At the end of every video, I'm doing like a, I'm sharing a tip or trick. And that one was the glow technique, where you visualize your loved ones with a loving glow of blessings around them, and you hold that for a while, and then you send that love to them. This time, I want you to do it on you guys. So you're going to visualize a funnel of money, like a vortex, or, almost like a funnel, like a tornado, a cloud above you as you walk, and it is just spinning with money pouring down onto you. I want you guys to try and really visualize yourself in that light, and, affirm it. I'll do an intention in the comments, and we can all like thumbs up and leave our own intention. You guys can leave your own intentions, or just say, I claim it, and we'll group manifest, okay? But yeah, do the funnel. Do the funnel cloud above you. Everywhere you go, visualize that money is just pouring down onto you effortlessly, okay? I love you guys. Let's talk in the comments.